What up, everybody? Some of y'all might have seen the recent post that Gianni Paulo, who played Braden on Power Book 2, shared to his IG story the other day. It was a picture of Gianni at the gym working out with the song I Get Money by 50 Cent playing, and the caption read, "The boss called me and told me to get ripped for some new." Then he put the fire emoji and the TV production emoji. So this definitely has to be talking about 50 Cent calling him. First off, because I don't see Gianni calling anybody else his boss other than 50 Cent. And the fact he was playing the song I Get Money by 50 Cent was also a clue who he was talking about when he was talking about his boss. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure that the guy he showed running at the bottom of the screen above the caption was 50 Cent also. So this most likely only means one thing and one thing only, that production's about to get started for a new Power spinoff. And in this spinoff, we'll see the continuation of Braden Weston's storyline, most likely in a co-starring role again in a show featuring Tariq St. Patrick, because it seems like it would be just about time for the production to get started for the new spinoffs, because it was March 2024 when Gary Lennon received the multi-year deal with Starz and Lionsgate to create extensions for the Power universe. And like I've said in other videos, in an interview with TheWrap.com, Catherine Busby, Star's programming director, said that there was other Power shows in development that were being kept under wraps. So since it's been over a year now since the development process of these new spinoffs began, that part should be wrapping up soon and moving on to the next step in the process, production. And that's most likely why 50 called Gianni and told him to get ripped for the new shit. And I know Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq, said in an interview with Angel Reese something like he might be done with the Power universe or something like that, because Tariq never has any fun. But I definitely think he was trolling when he said that, because Michael Rainey's definitely been living it up since production for Power Book 2 ended, basically the opposite of Tariq. So with that said, I don't think we've seen the last of Tariq St. Patrick on our screens. Something else that could factor into why production is about to begin for the new Power spinoffs is the fact that 50 Cent just got a win in a legal battle regarding his production studios in Shreveport. And even though he had some opposition rise up against him, he ultimately got the green light to move forward with that. And even if the Power books aren't based out of Shreveport, I think that a lot of the production will still be done in Shreveport to help save on the production costs for the shows. The other day I made a video talking about what Phase 3 of the Power universe will look like, with the conclusion of Ghost, Force, and Raising Cain and transition into Origins. I talked about how there will be multiple spin-offs similar to Phase 2 with books 2 through 4. The addition of limited series that focus on one particular character, and the expansion of the Power universe continuing outside of New York City into other cities, like how Tommy went to Chicago, amongst other things. Make sure to go on my page and check out that video if you haven't yet. But in this video, I want to take a look into Braden Weston's character, since Gianni has pretty much confirmed Braden's return, and what role he could potentially have in Phase 3 of the Power universe. The last time we saw Braden Weston on screen was at the conclusion of Power Book 2 Ghost, when he agreed to work for Tariq. And Tariq was telling Braden that moving forward, they were no longer going to be business partners, and if Braden wanted to continue in the business, that he would have to work for Tariq. But with Tariq becoming the Connect and replacing Noma, he also promised Braden the biggest bag of his life. So Braden agreed to go to work for Tariq. But even though Braden will be getting the biggest bag of his life, he's now pretty much lost everything he cared about. His family has now completely rejected him after Kane beat down Trace at the beginning of Season 4 and after Drew kidnapped Becca. Braden also lost his most recent love interest, Elle, after she ended up in the hospital after doing some bad coke, and Braden ended up killing the dealer who sold her the coke, and because he pretty much told Elle what happened, she wasn't about that and asked Braden to leave, pretty much ending their relationship. Then at the conclusion of Book 2, when Tariq told Braden that he would be working for him moving forward, Braden also somewhat lost his longest and most solid friendship with Tariq. Because either though they'll still likely see each other and talk from time to time, I don't think things are going to be the same though either with Tariq trying to distance himself from the drug game by becoming a ghost. And these things were always more important and bigger priorities to Braden than getting a bag. Keeping in mind Braden came from money, even though his family's fortune is now gone. So now Braden is going to be dealing with life, possibly with no one in his corner. Not to mention Braden started doing coke in season 4 after getting into a relationship with Elle. And during Tariq's conversation with Braden, he was warning him about continuing his drug use and telling Braden that he was only giving him one more chance. So considering there will likely be a couple-year time jump at the beginning of the next show, there's going to be a lot that has to happen off screen that we're going to have to get caught up with. So there's a chance that Braden and Tariq have already went their separate ways by this point also. Either though I think Tariq threatening Braden if he messes up one more time is more like Michael Rainey Jr. saying that he's done with power. I don't think it's going to happen, mainly because who else does Tariq know that he could trust who could replace Braden? But in the same conversation I've been talking about from the end of book 2, Tariq put Braden in charge of the fight clubs. So I think this would be an interesting storyline for Braden's character, to see him replacing Zion and running the fight clubs. This may also be part of the reason why 50 told Gianni to get ripped. We might actually see him beginning to fight in the fight clubs also. In addition to the fight clubs, Tariq also told Braden that he needs to find a new group to replace the No Lies group that Tariq and Braden were promoting and selling product through their merch. But things didn't work out with the No Lies group after Braden got high and jumped on stage. So this is another storyline that we could see the writers expand on in a new spinoff. Possibly even Tariq and Braden getting into the music industry as a cover for their drug operation. But like I talked about in the video discussing Phase 3 of the Power Universe in the edition of Limited Series, there's also the possibility that we could see Braden in a limited series, focusing on his life running the fight clubs and the music, before at the end of the limited series transitioning him into the new regular series. Since Tariq's now the Connect, there could be a situation where they don't really show him on screen like that in the Braden limited series, but it would focus more on Braden running the day-to-day operations of the fight club and the new music group. Then in one of the final episodes of the limited series, Tariq could be brought back into the storyline to set the stage for the new spinoff. But like I said, with the potential time jump before the next series or limited series, a lot could change, and Braden and Tariq might have went their separate ways, and at the end of the Braden limited series, it could potentially show him reconnecting with Tariq after not seeing each other for a couple years. So there's a lot of different angles this storyline could play out, but Gianni posting it's about time to get back to work is definitely a positive sign for Power fans. And there you have it. Leave your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments.